How do you hire and manage relationships with external marketing agencies? Perfect timing. We've hired a few in the past, but they didn't work out well.
That's a tough one, right? And this is where we come back to self-diagnosis and RFPs. This is why in the medical industry, they require you to go see your primary doctor first before you go see a specialist, right? You don't go and start see the specialist first. Because sometimes you may again misdiagnose. You're like, oh, you get the analogy. Um, So I think what happens is there isn't always a clear understanding of the sophisticated nature of marketing and sales integration and all the different pieces in today's world. You could have gotten away with this 10, 15, 20 years ago going with one company, because there was only so much in terms of that bandwidth. But now it's just the world's getting constantly more complex, and there's so many more moving pieces. And that's literally what's happening. You having companies that engage one organization for their logo, then they engage the next organization for their website, then they engage the next organization for direct mail, and then they engage the next company for their advertising, and then they bring in a young social media manager, and then the CMO, excuse me, the CEO or the owner or the manager or whoever is now having to answer questions to all these people, and there's no cohesiveness. There's no, it's fractured. Um, so I think what ends up happening is we may um, look to, oh, I need a website, so I'll hire a web company. And then there's an expectation that they'll do your advertising for you, or they'll do their SEO for you, or they'll do X or Y or Z. And just in hiring a web design and dev company, are they an e-commerce company, right? Are they a dev company? Are they more focused on the user experience and web design as opposed to web development? So there's different type of web companies that you can hire. Sometimes people will focus on SEO, and just hire an SEO company to maybe build their website. And then there isn't the subject matter expertise. So I like to, I think that it's important to understand who you're hiring. But that's the problem though. If you're putting the solution ahead of the consultation and understanding of your needs, that's where you oftentimes you're engaging companies that don't end up don't not working out for you. And that's why we've made a bold effort to say, you know what, we appreciate the fact that you want a logo. Let's schedule a consultation and let me understand why you think you want a logo and what do you think it's going to do for you. You might be absolutely on point and right about what your needs. Great. You got a validation from the subject matter expert. There's plenty of times we go to our doctor and we're like, hey man, I think I broke my arm, and she'll send you to the orthopedic, right? Um, so sometimes the assessment is clear and it's easy, but it's always good to have that professional look. And sometimes the diagnosis isn't easy, and you have to beta and you have to test things. Oh, I think my back hurts, so and you're like you get a steroid shot in your back, but they isolate it and you still your back still hurts, and they realize it's a pinched nerve in your leg, hip flexor or whatever, and it has nothing to do with your back. So it's important to really dig deeper and understand what's going on, what the goals are. I need a new website. Why? What are you trying to achieve? Credibility, leads. Are you trying to have more conversions? What is it? Are you B2G? Is it just about showing your capabilities and your professionalism? Again, because you're not going to be using your website and B2G for lead gen. You know what I mean? I mean, it is, but it's more of a conversion process rather than a SEO pay-per-click process. You're not going to have government contractors. That's not the method of engagement. So again, understanding your industry and understanding who you are will help with that.